Welcome back to Throttle Future, and today we're diving into a machine that doesn't just push boundaries, it erases them. This is the full review of the 2026 Yamaha VMAX V4 1800, a motorcycle built for riders who demand raw power, brutal acceleration, and a riding presence that's impossible to ignore. Yamaha has revived the legendary VMAX name and elevated it into something far more aggressive, far more modern, and far more capable than anything we've seen under this badge before. If you thought the previous VMAX was wild, this new 1800 takes the formula and amplifies it in every way. The 2026 VMAX V4 1800 is powered by a newly engineered 1798cc liquid-cooled V4 engine that produces a staggering surge of power. Yamaha isn't revealing exact numbers officially, but internal sources claim around 210 horsepower and over 180 Nm of torque, making it one of the most powerful production power cruisers on the planet. This engine has been tuned to deliver absolutely explosive mid-range acceleration, the kind that pins you to the seat and makes every twist of the throttle feel like a launch sequence. What's impressive here is not just the power but how Yamaha has smoothed out the delivery. The older VMAX models were known to be wild and sometimes unpredictable, but the 2026 version uses advanced ride-by-wire, multiple traction modes, sport mapping, and a new electronic stability suite to make the beast easier to manage. When you ride it in Sport Plus mode, the bike unleashes its full character: instant throttle response, deep exhaust rumble, and a front end that almost wants to lift even with all the electronics working overtime. Yamaha reshaped the intake system with dual ram air ducts to maximize airflow at speed, and you can actually feel how the engine breathes as the RPM climbs. But switch to comfort or standard mode, and the VMAX becomes surprisingly cooperative, letting you cruise at low RPM without any jerks or aggression. This flexibility is what separates the new VMAX from its predecessors. It's still a monster, but now it's a monster you can control. The chassis gets a full redesign using a hybrid aluminum and steel double-sided frame engineered to handle the engine's massive torque. The wheelbase is slightly longer than the old VMAX, giving more straight-line stability but without killing cornering performance. Yamaha has improved weight distribution, placing more mass forward to reduce front lift and improve turning response. The bike still weighs above 300 kilograms. But it hides that weight exceptionally well thanks to a lower center of gravity and upgraded suspension. Speaking of suspension, the 2026 VMAX uses fully adjustable 48mm inverted forks up front and a premium monoshock with electronic adjustment at the rear. You can fine-tune the damping for aggressive riding, drag-style launches, or long-distance cruising. The stability at high speeds is phenomenal, especially when you're accelerating from 0 to 100 like a rocket. The brakes are equally serious, dual 320mm front discs with radial mount Brembo-style EMA calipers and a 298mm rear disc controlled by Yamaha's cornering ABS. This braking system gives you confidence even when you're pushing a machine with this much muscle. Design-wise, the 2026 VMAX V4 1800 is pure attitude. It carries the iconic muscular stance of the classic VMAX but updates it with futuristic lines, sharper bodywork, and premium metal surfaces. The huge air ducts on both sides are now functional aerodynamic scoops that help channel air to the engine while giving the bike its signature power cruiser identity. The tank shrouds are sculpted, the LED headlight has a new aggressive triangular signature, and the tail section is short, tight, and modern. Every inch of the motorcycle communicates force and presence. Yamaha has integrated a full-color 7-inch TFT display that supports smartphone connectivity, navigation, ride monitoring, and customizable layouts. The interface feels clean and updated, with intuitive icons and easy access to riding modes, suspension presets, and system logs. There's also a launch control system, a quickshifter with auto-blipper, and a built-in performance analyzer that records acceleration runs, lean angles, and power delivery stats. This edition of the VMAX isn't just a raw drag machine anymore, it's a technologically advanced performance cruiser. Comfort remains surprisingly good for such an aggressive bike. The seat is thickly padded with a step designed to keep you planted during acceleration. The riding position is slightly forward-leaning but not extreme, balancing between sporty control and cruiser comfort. The handlebars are wide, the foot pegs are mid-mounted, and the suspension absorbs bumps well without losing the firm sporty feel. Long rides are completely doable, especially with optional touring accessories Yamaha is offering, including a small windscreen, soft panniers, and a comfort seat. The exhaust system is another standout. Yamaha uses a 4-to-1 setup with an active valve that changes its character depending on RPM. At low speed, the bike produces a deep, muscular rumble, but twist the throttle, and the exhaust unleashes a fierce growl that sounds like a mix of superbike and drag machine. For many riders, the sound alone might be worth the purchase. Fuel economy isn't a priority here, as you'd expect from a V4 1800, but Yamaha has improved efficiency by nearly 10% thanks to redesigned combustion chambers and lighter-weight internals. With moderate use, the bike returns reasonable mileage, but if you're constantly riding in Sport Plus, expect to visit the fuel station often. For a bike in this class, that's part of the experience. As for pricing, Yamaha has positioned the 2026 VMAX V4 1800 as a premium flagship model. The expected price globally is around $25,000 to $28,000, while in Asian markets it may vary depending on import duties and availability. Considering the engineering, power, and legacy behind the VMAX name, Yamaha's pricing strategy feels justified for what this machine delivers. The unique selling points are crystal clear. A monster V4 engine with incredible torque, iconic muscular design, advanced electronics that make big power manageable, premium suspension and braking hardware, and a character unlike anything else on the road. The 2026 Yamaha VMAX V4 1800 is not just a motorcycle, it's a statement. It exists for riders who want the most extreme version of performance and presence, packed inside a machine that feels futuristic but still respects its legendary roots. So if you're looking for something that blends raw brutality with modern refinement, something that roars louder, accelerates faster, and looks more intimidating than anything in its class, the new VMAX is the bike you've been waiting for. It may not be for beginners, it may not be the most practical, but it will definitely be the most unforgettable motorcycle you've ever ridden. This is Yamaha showing the world that the power cruiser genre is far from dead.